Now we can move over to the second stanza. I will read a few lines from the stanza. Move forward, run my hand around the font. Font is the vessel which contains the water meant for baptism. So he moved around with a curious mind to know what is there. Uh, from where I stand, the roof looks almost new, cleaned or restored. So, much to his surprise, he finds the roof rather appealing. So, it must be either recently cleaned or restored, renovated. He doesn't know. A believer who visits the church quite often might know what really is done with the roof. But he, despite belonging to that parish, most probably he might be belonging to the same parish, he doesn't have any idea whether the church roof is renovated or not. Uh, Someone would know, I don't, though nothing shows that detached frame of mind of the poet better than this line. Someone might know, I don't. So he's totally detached from the church and its real faith. Uh, Mounting the lectern, I peruse a few hectoring large-scale verses and pronounce here endeth much more loudly than I had meant. Lectern is the reading desk. The church you can find the lectern, the reading desk, from where maybe the priest reads out his sermons, and he goes there and finds a large book in which there are lines. Hectoring large scale verses. Hector means hero. Hector is a Greek hero. Greek hero in Iliad's epic. Hectoring large scale verse means the heroic lines. He must be reading from the Bible, maybe. Here endeth much more loudly, and after completing his reading, here says in a bombastic manner, here endeth. So, had he been a believer, he would have said, Amen, or let it be so. But here he, in a very rather bombastic way, says here endeth, much more loudly than he had really meant. All this shows that detached attitude of the poet towards the church. The echoes snigger briefly, and while saying so, he even have a laugh in his voice, so it is not with the reverence that he read the holy text in that lectern. Back at the door, I signed the book, donate an Irish sixpence, reflect the place was not worth stopping for. There is that register which is meant for the visitors to mark their name and signature, and he just marks his name to record that he had once visited the church. Okay, and drops a coin in that box meant for that. So again, as I said in the first stanza, he's an agnostic, and but he wants to keep that decorum once he goes to the church, even though he doesn't feel any kind of devotion here. And he drops a coin. What coin? Is Irish sixpence. That coin doesn't have any worth in England. I think Larkins is from Warwickshire, and that Irish sixpence coin doesn't have any value in that place. So he gives it up in the box meant for charity in the church. So he just wants to observe all those norms in a mechanical manner without having any kind of true devotion in his heart. That again, in fact, shows the detached frame of mind of the poet when he goes to the church.